Hello, I'm Lumen May, County Commissioner District 3, here today with May's Message. Today we'll be sharing some of the great things that are happening in Escambia County with our Summer Youth Work Program. Well, we have many young people who have applied and been accepted into working in Escambia County to learn a valuable skill set while still earning money. I often say the greatest investment is in human capital, and you will see where your county dollars are being invested in human capital with an expected return of young people becoming productive citizens. Also, we'll be looking at our community center where we have over 500 children at the Brownsville Community Center, the Evanwood Community Center, who participate in safe and wholesome activities. Many of our partners are here, CDAC, Area Housing, and many of our other outside agencies have participated in supporting, and not only them, but many of our neighborhood associations and some of you who have volunteered your time and talents to help Escambia County become the best county in the United States.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2018 Summer Youth Employment Program Certificate Ceremony. We're glad to see that all of you all came out to help us celebrate our youth that participated in a 9-week course of training and job development. I would like for you all now to have some greetings from the County Administrator, Jack Brown.
Well, it's good to be with you. This is the second annual youth employment program, and it's bigger this year and better than last year, and we hope to continue to improve each and every year. And we really appreciate the parents that are here entrusting your kids to us for the summer. We appreciate all of you who volunteered and applied for a job, and we hope you had a very positive experience. Got a look at what we do in county government and with some of our agencies, and we want you to understand that you're in control of your destiny. You've got a bright future ahead of you if you apply yourself, and if you decide that you're going to be competitive. You know, you can compete. There's nobody out there that can do it any better than you are if you make up your mind to do it. And there are a lot of people that want to help you be successful. I've had a lot of people help me along my journey, and I've stumbled a few times, and I've had people that reach down and help me lift myself up and to make a great life for myself. You know, so I'm an old guy. Anything I get from here on out is just gravy. So. With that, I'll introduce to you Commissioner Lumen May, and this is really his brainchild. He started this and talked to me about it when I came on board as county administrator and said, you know, it's all about the youth. And so with that, Commissioner.
Thank you, Jack, and good evening. What's up? What's going on? Who all want to pay raise next year? Raise their hand. That's what I'm talking about. We got budget hearings coming in. I'm going to make sure we get enough money in the budget to get everybody a raise, right? Everybody. First of all, let me recognize some elected officials. Chris Jones, our property appraiser. Chris is here. Do you have any other elected officials? I want to recognize Carl and Tanya Gant. I thought of this program. Really, I can't say that I thought of it. My dear friend, who you'll hear from next, Quinn Studer, talked about the CEDAR program, an opportunity when I was growing up. Internship and mentorship is the opportunity that I got to be able to do what I'm doing. And so 5 or 6 years ago when I got on board, we talked about doing this program, and we found so many reasons why we couldn't. We can't do it. Nobody will take them. They wear saggy pants, earrings, and they come to work late, so nobody wants them in their department. And I kept saying, no, stop telling me how we're not going to do it and tell me how we are going to do it. And so with that, I want all of our staff people who allowed for young people to come work with them, please stand up in any department, any constitution. I know you're going to come up later, but just the people that took this chance and allowed for young people to come and work in their office. I want to thank you. And I want to thank our administrator, Jack, because one of the things I said to him when he was hired, I said, Jack, the last administrator didn't understand the importance of how we could allocate some funding to give young people an opportunity. And Jack made that happen, and Jack got his staff involved. And Jack, we certainly appreciate that. But before we go any further, one thing we talked about in the very beginning is mentorship, to identify with someone. And hopefully that you found a mentor that you will have well beyond this work experience that can help you further in life. And it might have been, Ms. Carla, it might have been the person that you work with. But I believe that you should identify that person in your life. So me, I was very fortunate 20 years ago to meet a guy that was doing great things in Pensacola, who for no other reason, there was nothing I could give him, that decided that he wanted to mentor particularly people from the inner city and give them opportunity in investments and in procurement and contracting and learning. And more importantly, investment in human capital. And today, he's doing over $90 million worth of renovations and buildings in downtown Pensacola and all across Pensacola. And one of the things we had in our board meeting today was a covenant with the community and making sure that there's opportunity for the future for children. And so before I take the mic back, I want to introduce a person we all know. He's one of the greatest philanthropists and entrepreneurs, and I'm really excited for the amount of money he makes that he didn't think it robbery to come and just say a few words to us today. Please welcome my friend Quint Studer. Thank you.
Well, it's interesting because you sort of think people know you, but they really don't. And I know that because I just did a poll. I'm always polling. I'm polling what's going on in the community. Are we moving in the right direction? Who would you vote for? And 28% of the people, when they said, what do you think of Quint Studer? They said, who? Who? So there's always a little ego deflation in all this. A couple of great things happened today. One great thing is Commissioner Burgash, May, Barry, and Robinson voted that 70% of all jobs that come from county funds will go to local people. And to me, that's always been important because local people are the ones that are paying the taxes that goes to these jobs. And we've done that with our projects. So I'll give you an example. Our Southtown apartment building there was a $52 million project, and over $23 million have gone, because it's about 50-50, because you got bricks and mortars and all those things, have gone to labor. And the majority of that has stayed in Escambia County. Now, from a minority perspective, $10,637,000 have gone to minorities. Why? Because we ask our general contractor to make sure that they have local talent. We have local talent, it just sort of works the way the mix of the community goes. In fact, it was really neat when Lumen was over there with me. I mean, almost everybody we met at Southtown knew Lumen. They all were in some sports at some time or something or so on. So I really want to thank Commissioners Robinson, Barry, May, and Burgash, because I think that was really a brave, important thing to do, to say, if the money's coming from taxpayers, why shouldn't it go back to job opportunity? Now, periodically you hear, well, if we use local people, then the quality won't be as good. Isn't that a sad thing to think about? Or it'll cost more. Well, we've done this with $90 million worth of projects, and I think if you look at the Maritime Office Building by the park, I think if you look at the new Urban Core Office Building next to the Y, I think if you look at new Southtown apartment buildings, no one's going to think those aren't high quality. And that was all done with Escambia County labor. And I think that's pretty neat to have that happen. Lumen and I go back to something years ago. When we met, just to tell you how we met, I met Lumen May before he was Lumen May. And he met Quint Studer before I was Quint Studer, okay? We were on an elevator at Baptist Hospital because his father was dying. And being the administrator of the hospital, I just did what I did on the elevator and said, how can I help you? And we talked about his dad. Then I got to know that he was at the Salvation Army as a basketball coach, to which I don't have that good a record, by the way, as a basketball coach. I coached a varsity basketball coach, assistant coach at East Hill Christian Academy this year. And I told them I'm busy, I can't be at all the games. They said, come when you can. When I was not there, we had 6 wins and 7 losses, okay? When I was there, we had 0 wins and 8 losses. So nobody's wanting me to basketball coach right now. I'm available. Anyway, Lumen and I got to know each other, and we sort of passed on, but we had something else in common. Both of us started our careers, I was a teacher. I was a vocational education teacher. And what I did is I placed youth on jobs. And I would go to places and ask them to hire somebody. And they would say, well, they might not be worth that much money. So we had resources that we could help supplement the salaries. But I still remember David Clemmy working at the town of Beloit Fire Department, and how not only did he enjoy the job, but those firefighters sort of became his buddies. I remember a girl working at McDonald's, and how good she felt about having a job and having her money. And I guess they both benefited. The students benefited, but certainly so did the people that were doing training and development, though it's not easy. It's easy to say, you know, I'm too busy, I don't have time. Bringing on a youth person is going to take more time. I just don't have the time. So you had a whole bunch of people a little while ago that stood up that said, I'll make the time. So why don't all the youth here who did the program this year give a thanks again to all the people that took you in. So what it's all about is purpose, worthwhile work, and making a difference. And truly, the only thing we leave behind are the people we teach, or maybe even it's the people we love. And when you look at what's happening here, each one of the people here created a legacy, and their legacy is you. We're very committed, all our companies, to development. Michael Knobs was a young man in a wheelchair in Janesville, Wisconsin, where I lived, and we got him his first job. And he never knew if he'd have a job. If you come to a Blue Wahoo game before you hit your seat, 4 people in wheelchairs are going to talk to you. Logan Cannon, just paralyzed 2 years ago as a high school baseball player. You know what? When he had happened, a lot of dreams went away. Sports went away. A lot of activities went away. And I will tell you, when he started working at the Pensacola Blue Wahoo game, his mom wrote a note about what a difference that made. Now he's actually doing a little sports radio on radio here. So what a great thing that we can do by showing people that the only thing, as Jack Brown says, that stops us is ourselves. What we're trying to do in Escambia County is create a type of community that everyone can maximize their potential. But in order to maximize your potential, you have to have the right type of people that don't hold people back, don't stop people, and don't tell them it's not possible. I'll close with an analogy that sometimes we fall into. Years ago at the University of Wisconsin, they did an experiment with musky fish. Now, musky fish, you don't have them down in Florida here, but they're a tough fish in Wisconsin. They have teeth. They like bite. And so they had these musky fish, and they put them into an aquarium. And every day at a certain time, they would drop food in the aquarium because they were trying to sort of behaviorally look at these fish. And the fish are smart, like animals. I don't know if any of you have an animal, they sort of know when they get a treat, when they don't get a treat, what's going on. The musky fish started figuring out when that food was going to be dropped and where it was going to be dropped. And they'd be over there waiting. When that food got dropped, they would just go and attack it and eat it. Then one day they put a piece of plexiglass in the aquarium. And what that meant is while the musky fish could swim around, there was a small spot where the food always went that they weren't going to be able to get that food anymore. They didn't know that because it's clear plexiglass. So they dropped the food in the plexiglass, and the muskie hit the plexiglass. They saw the food. They didn't realize that was there. And they banged it, and they swam around, and they came back and tried it at a different angle and banged it again. And finally, they quit going for the food. And they quit going for the food because they had been programmed that this is not available. And the musky fish actually died. I think sometimes in our communities, in our country, that people have had a plexiglass there for a long time. There hasn't been opportunity for all people of all races, of all ages, of all disabilities to maximize their human potential. But what we're trying to do in Escambia County is change that. And you change that by letting people know everything is possible. We also have to realize sometimes we hold ourselves back, just like that musky fish. So what this is meant to do is make everybody know there's nothing holding you back. There's no plexiglass there keeping you from your dreams. But anytime anybody achieves a dream, they need some dream helpers. That's what you got on this side of the room. So thank you, Commissioner May. This would not be possible without you. Let's give Commissioner May a nice round of applause. So one other pitch, we need workers. If you can plumb, if you can frame, if you can do electrical, you can have a job right away. And isn't it great? We live in a community right now, and we're also going to be starting apprenticeship programs. We have a new building that we're going to be building at Belmont and the Villers next to around the Five Sister de Villers Square. It's going to be a 4-story building. It's going to be retail on the bottom. It was going to be 3 stories. Yesterday it went to 4. We're going to put about 22 apartments in there. But not only are we going to be building that project, but we're going to create an apprenticeship program so we can teach people the trades right here in town. I hope some of you apply. Thank you very much.
Y'all give it up for Quint Studer. And literally, I mean, if you want to learn, now he gets paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to speak. And so we're very grateful that Quint showed today. But let me just tell you how proud I am of each of you. When we started this program, there was reservations of how successful it can be. And last year we got off to a slow start. But because of you, there's going to be opportunity for other children. Because of you are here today, there's going to be an opportunity that next year that we're going to be able to increase it. And there's probably going to be one of your supervisors that's going to have had a pleasant experience, and they're going to want another intern. They're going to want another young person. So the things that you do not only affect you, but they affect the future. So with that being said, I want to challenge you to wake up every day with a goal in mind. Wake up, we said yesterday, every single day, the first question I ask anyone when I interview them for a job, I say, do you make up your bed? And if they say no, I said, well, you're not going to do anything else. Because every morning you ought to wake up and make up your bed. And you accomplish the first thing of the day. And then you go to the second thing and the third thing. And you accomplish the small goals, the medium goals, and the large goals. You just keep going. And then you'll accomplish those goals, because an obstacle is something you see when you take your eyes off the goal. And so the obstacle can be where I grew up, who my mom was, came to a single family home, the school that I go to, the neighborhood that I live in. Those are all just obstacles. And you just don't see them. You just keep reaching toward the goal. So I challenge each of you to keep striving toward your goal. And once you reach that plateau, once you reach that goal, be just like these directors, be just like these administrators. You find a program in which you can get a young person that you will mentor. Maybe you pay them, maybe you don't. But you teach them your skill set. Because really 100 years from now, it really won't matter the job. It won't matter the house. It won't matter all the things. Were you important in the life of another person? So hopefully that's what has happened today, that someone has influenced your life in a positive way. And I can say your experience can't be all positive. I know, I work at the county. I can tell you every Thursday we come here and we have conflict. So there's going to always be some type of conflict in a workplace. But there's nothing wrong with having conflict in your home, in your job. The problem is when you don't have resolution. And so you're going to have those challenges in your life, but you will resolve them because you have the tenacity to do it. And so again, we're proud of each of you. It's been a fun time. This is my favorite program. I was just, it's not me, it's the staff, it's Jack. God just happened to put me in a place at the right time to be able to do something, hopefully that's good for this community and good for you. So y'all are the most attentive group. I know many of y'all, I remember Faith, who all was at SCAMU the first day we talked about this program in the SGA? Yeah, all my SCAMU people. Let me make sure what schools I got in here, too. How many Wildcats I got? All right, Wildcats. Aggies. Got some Aggies. All right. Jaguars. All right. What's PC? Pirates, Pensacola State Pirates. Northview. All right. Help me, Michelle Taylor. Crusaders, Catholic. Tigers, yeah. PHS. All right, now I'm all confused. Now, let's try this again. What's the best school? What's the best school? Hold on. Michelle, I need some help. All right, so when I say what's the best school, yell your school as loud as you can, and we're going to let our school board person tell me what's the best school. What's the best school? Golly. Washington. Booker. All right. I got it. Hey, listen, all of them are great. Carla, I know we're going to the students with the challenges next, correct? You want to introduce them? And we did have one elected official. Chris, did you have remarks before we start this? Because I know you're an elected official. You're going to do it when you do it? Good, because I got to make sure the property appraiser took enough of our kids. I got to evaluate that and check on that.
Thank you, Commissioner May, for that wonderful challenge. We have selected some of our participants to respond to the challenge that Commissioner May gave you. We have Destiny Paget from Public Safety, Faith Glaze, Commissioner May's office, Kalia Hale, School District, and Deshaun Brundage, ECAT.
Alrighty. Hello, everyone. So the challenge was to let you all know about the program and how it affected us individually. And for me, it was a new experience because for some of us, it was our first jobs, not for me. So it was working in a different environment. I was in a little office working on things in Excel and clerical work, faxing and stuff of that nature. And it just showed me like different things that I could actually do in my life, because if you would have said, oh, Destiny, you know, you're gonna be working in the office next year, I'd be like, all right, sure. But it showed me that if I put my mind to something, that I could actually do it and do new things. And I want to thank Commissioner May for this opportunity and for giving all of us interns a new way of life. And that's all.
Good afternoon. My name is Faith. I had the wonderful opportunity to serve as an intern for Commissioner May and Ms. Areta. And I really appreciate this opportunity because this was my first job ever. To have a job in this building, like I worked on the 4th floor in this building as my first job ever. If you would have told me that I would be doing something like this as a first job, I wouldn't have believed you. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to have a job like this and to have the experience on my resume already as my first job. So I really appreciate Administrator Brown and Commissioner May for giving the youth in Escambia County this opportunity. And I feel like it's a good thing for the youth to have this, because if I wouldn't have had this job, I would have been at home wasting my 30 hours a week, probably sleeping in until noon. So I can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am for this opportunity. So thank you guys, and I hope that you continue this program. So not only for us to come back next year, but for the youth that'll come next year. So thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kalia Hale. I worked at Public Safety and Booker T. Washington, and this was also my first job ever. This showed me that not only can I use my academics to get me a job and use them to excel in this job, but to use my personality to help me excel in everything that I do. When I worked at Booker T and the Public Safety, there was no one I didn't put a smile on their face for. And that just lit up in my heart. Because, you know, kids like me working at places like that, it's not usual. Like, oh, you go here? No, I come from a whole nother school. But how may I help you? And it's nice to get that experience early, because trust me, you're going to want that experience early. Those phone calls, those special people that walk in, it's good for us to get a taste of that early. But I am thankful for this, and I hope that this goes on for a long time, because kids learning this, just imagine if every kid in the county did this. We would be so prepared for the future. So I really hope that this continues and that we keep excelling as the youth that we are. Thank you.
I don't know how to follow that. I was told to come up here and to basically give a nice, well-wrapped present on how great this program is. And I could tell you about all the life experiences that I've had in just the 2 months I worked for the county. I could tell you how I met people in the community who have gone through so much, but who still smile and just keep going in life, I could tell you how homeless people who have no money to give me have given me so many morality checks, so many life checks, so many experiences that I couldn't get from anyone else. I could tell you all that, but I'm going to talk about something else today. I want to talk about choices. Choices, though, I'm not going to stay up here long, I promise. But when you think about choices, it's such a light word, but it holds so much weight to it when you actually think about it. We all chose to be here. We chose to be here, and you guys chose to let us be here. So as you go through life, no matter what you do, no matter what choices you make, as long as you do it not for yourself but for others, you will never make a wrong choice. Because doing the right thing for someone else is the best feeling you could ever have. Thank you, and bye.
Let me get all four of my challengers back up. Y'all come back up. Y'all give it up. I mean, it's hard sometimes to grab a microphone and to be able to talk. I mean, yeah. Well, working in ECAT, you see some things. I mean, you probably say worse things in the commissioner's office. I mean, you can't even tell all the secrets we got up there, right? But listen, the customer service, you guys are wonderful. Jack, why don't you come? Let's get a picture with them. And so, thank you. Well said. Faith, you cannot have Aretta's job. She's been here 33 years. I know she looks like she's 21, but she's been here a long time. But you did a great job. We'll tell you. Thank you. So young people, many of y'all, this was your very first job, and many of you didn't drive. One of the programs we started this year, last year, Commissioner Berry introduced that every person under the age of 18 can ride ECAT free of charge. And so I know many of you woke up and rode public transportation to work. I mean, and you beat those obstacles. And many of you had to have your parents, and I see many of your parents or your support staff here, and you can't do it without good parents. No matter how old you get, I'm almost 50, and I still couldn't do it without my mother. I mean, I couldn't run for office without my mother, and I wouldn't be standing here without my father, God bless him. But give it up for your parents or the other person parents, adults, can you please stand? Any other parents that are here? Aunt, uncles, y'all give it up. Oh, awesome. Awesome, give it up for your parents. Always be mindful to acknowledge your parents. I mean, because I believe it. Honor your mother and your father. I mean, those are, that's the greatest commandment to me. You have to honor your mother and your father. So it's good that you have great parents. Without that, with that, Carla, I'm going to let you come, and so we can start giving out the award certificates.
Okay, before we give out the awards, I just wanted to kind of give a program overview of what the participants experienced during their time in the program. We went from 30 participants last year to 76 this year. They participated in pre-employment training sessions to determine their skills, abilities, and goals, job readiness preparatory training classes such as time management, dressing for the workplace, interviewing techniques, and customer service, and they worked 9 weeks of paid employment up to 30 hours a week at the minimum wage of $8.25 an hour. They were placed in various county departments such as the Board of County Commissioners, Property Appraiser's Office, Tax Collector, School District, and Supervisor of Elections. Some participants participated in certified training classes such as CPR, HIPAA certified, and some received level 2 background checks. They attended board meetings, judicial court appearances, accompanied staff on project operations in the field, and insurance investigations. Pre-employment evaluations they participated in at the end, and we had a discussion on lessons learned which culminated with the certificate program today. Thanks to the Board of County Commissioners departments who participated, tax collector, supervisor of elections, property appraiser, school board, for your participation in hosting the youth for this program. I would like to commend all the youth participants. I am proud of you and the manner in which you embraced your task and you conducted yourselves during this time, and I wish you much luck in your future endeavors. And I would like to thank the Board of County Commissioners for providing this opportunity to the youth for this community, which shows that you are very much concerned with the well-being of our future, which are our youth. So thanks to you all. At this time, we will present the youth with their certificate of completion, which they will receive with a portfolio and a resume. And as I call the departments, would the representatives from the departments that are here, if you would come up, and if you would like to say a little something, you may at this time. So we're going to first start off with Natural Resources Department. Do we have any representatives from Natural Resources? Ms. Savannah Dean and Ms. Samantha Williams. Grant Dams, are you here today? Okay, I think who wasn't able to make it. We do have some who are employed at other areas and have gone off to college already. Next, we have County Commissioner's Office, Lumen May, Faith Glaze, and Rainey Ellis.
I want to thank Faith. Faith, what was your GPA coming in? A 4.8 GPA. So much research, so many papers in my office. I mean, you're the smartest person to ever work in my office other than Aretta. And I would have said you're the smartest, but Aretta's going to be there tomorrow. And to Rainey Ellis, Rainey has the most outgoing personality. Her aunt, Tanya Ellis, I mean, work hard to be like your aunt. And I tell you what, just be on time. Don't be like your aunt. She's always 5 minutes late. Right.
Okay, next we have Risk Management. Is anyone here from Risk Management? Ms. Taylor Hill and Austin English.
Thank you, Commissioner. And I want to say thank you to Taylor and thank you to Austin, who wasn't able to be here with us today. These young people hit the deck running. They did things that supported our staff, because that's what we do in risk management. We protect the financial interests of the county, and we protect our employees with workers' compensation. That's what Taylor did. She specialized in workers' compensation, working with Carrie Seals, and she did a phenomenal job. She put a smile on my face every time I walked in that office. I never saw her down, and sometimes it can get kind of grueling. Thank you, Taylor.
Next, we have the County Administrator's Office. Ms. Ariana, help me, Ariana. Gigley. Ginlett. Thank you. What's- Would you like to say something, Amy?
Ari was awesome.
Next, we have Animal Services. We have yeah. Any representatives from Animal Services? We have Jaden Hartley, Justin McCrary, Jasmine Payne, Joseph Payne, Alexa Rancifer, Mauricia Thompson, and Michael Huntley. Some were not able to be here today, but we're going to get them their awards to them.
Hi, how are y'all? My name is Jaden. I had a great experience doing animal services, helping customers out. It showed me a lot that I didn't know about vaccinating animals. It was a great experience. Thank you.
Next, we have Department of Corrections. We have Miss Destiny Lee, Caleb Marshall, and Lauren Walker, who has already gone off to college.
Good afternoon. I am Tammy Booker, Division Manager at Escambia County Community Corrections. And I would just like to say to the students that we had, they were absolutely awesome and an asset to the Community Corrections team. They actually were a lot of energy for us, and they brought fresh ideas, and they were really great. We have one, Lauren Walker, who was actually also a part of our team, but Lauren is already at school. She accepted a basketball scholarship in Louisiana, so she had to be there today. So we just want to say to you, hold fast to your dreams, for if dreams die, life is like a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Remember that by Langston Hughes. Thank you so much.
Next, we have Facilities Management, Quintasia Mitchell.
I'm back. Never pass up an opportunity to excel. I am blessed to be part of facilities management, and I was really blessed, just like I was with Taylor in risk management, to be able to work with Quintasia. I'm sorry. Okay, I called her Q. She did a phenomenal job. I took on a job about 6 months ago that I just didn't have time to do. I had a web-based training program, but I couldn't get all the names and the people into that system. Q did that for me in about 2 weeks. Would you like to say something? Thank you.
Next, we have the Public Library. Rhodacia Albert, Samantha Finley, Sarah Hammer, and Bria Hardy.
Just a few quick words. Susan White worked with these staff during summer, and we actually have Bria's high school graduate already, so I'm telling her right now that when you want to work part-time, I mean, you can have a job tomorrow with us. So we're ready. Rest of them haven't graduated yet, but all of them were excellent employees, and I'll just let Susan give a quick summary.
We want them back next year.
Thank you.
Next, we have the Property Appraiser's Office. Zakia Peck.
I got one thing to say. Mr. May called me when this program started, and he usually calls and has a few kind words to say, but he just called and said, "How many are you taking?" I was like, "Excuse me? What are we talking about?" He said, "How many students you taking?" Well, what are we talking about? So he told me about the program, and we'll be happy to take somebody, and I put Renee Brown, and all the credit goes to Renee. She was the mentor that you guys talked about so much to Zakia, and every time I went by their office, Zakia had a big smile and was actually explaining life to Renee. And then if I went by and they weren't, they were discussing what they were going to eat. So she learned really quick how to navigate our office. But some things about Zakia. She's a senior at Washington. She's on the varsity basketball team. She's already learning to call the shots as a point guard, so she's going to be in management. She's interested in sports medicine. One of the things that someone talked about earlier is that, you know, most organizations can train you to do anything. What we can't train is common sense. God either gave it to you or he didn't. And I'm serious about that. You may have it, you just have to exercise it, folks. One of the things that's a pet peeve of mine in an office, and you can be the smartest, you can be the greatest employee, but if you don't show up on time, you cannot work for Chris Jones. She was never late. Fine example. You can also be the best employee, and you can be on time, but you're only there 50% of the time. That don't work. You wouldn't want me to pay you 50% of your pay every day. So part of the job is being on time and coming to work on a regular basis. And I can say she never missed a day, and she was never late. So kudos to you. And can I give you that? I want you to read that since I have the mic and all.
This is a certificate of recognition presented to Zykia Peck. On behalf of the Property Appraiser's Office of Escambia County, Florida, in appreciation of your contribution to our team, arriving each day right on time with a cheerful disposition and eagerness to learn and become proficient at any task set before you during the summer of 2018, signed by the Honorable Chris Jones.
Thank you, Zykia.
We knew the property appraiser was going to show us up. I mean, we knew that. I mean, we need to look at that budget item right there.
Okay, next we'll have Building Inspections Division. We have Ladarius Blankenship, Trey Brooks, Hillary Lewis, Shakira Miller, Lauren Willis, and DeKayla Whitehurst. Next, we have the Engineering Department. We have Tucker Hall and Robert Vose. Next, we have Escambia County Area Transit, ECAT. We have Deshaun Brundage, Elena Longmire, Jordan Payne, Joshua Payne.
I'm Tanya Ellis, the Division Manager for Escambia County Area Transit, and we were blessed to have these 4 individuals with us today during the summer at ECAT. A lot of folks think that ECAT is just riding the bus system, and they quickly learn we're more than just the bus system. We had Payne brothers, as I call them, Jordan and Joshua, who actually worked in our maintenance department and worked with facilities, worked with repairing and doing maintenance on our bus shelters around the city. And we had Deshaun and Elena, who worked in the office closely with me. Deshaun impressed everyone that worked in our building, especially in our maintenance department. He was able to get them caught up on a lot of different projects they had working, and he ended up being the go-to person for Excel. If they had an issue or a question, they end up actually coming to him, and they have truly were a pleasure to see them every day smiling, when they came in, ready for new adventures, new day, every single day. Elena worked very closely with me, Elena Longmire, and not only did they do stuff in the office, we've had public workshops. They attended public workshops, Camden County Commission meetings as well, to learn about far as being involved in the community. What does public transit really mean? And they both actually rode the bus at times, trained with some of our staff at Angela on the end, far as training people how to ride the bus, people with disabilities, how to use the bus. So hopefully they got a great experience working with ECAT. And I've even shared some information with Deshaun, who's going to school in Tallahassee, and Elena, who's going to Bethune-Cookman in Daytona, as far as giving them some contacts that we have in the transit system, as far as if they're ever in need of a job in those areas, that maybe they'll be able to give them my name and be able to get a job in the cities that they're going to school in. And we just thank you.
Next, we have public safety. We have Kendaria Brooks, Kovaria Brooks, Raina Brown, Raven Corner, Emma Cruz, Daniel Davis, Samuel Hooker, Calderian McNeil, Labrisha Moore, Destiny Pageant, Laniqua Pageant, Kendall Rideau, and Yesha Taylor.
Where's the one who really did for this?
Well, hello. My name is Tamika Williams. I'm the Business Operations Manager for Public Safety, and it was such a joy to take on all of these students. Public safety, we have EMS, we have fire, we have EMS billing, we have emergency management, and we have 911 center. These students took on jobs dealing with everything from emptying the porta potties to dealing with irate patients over the phone to payroll, HR, and our front desk. And they took everything that was given to them with an open mind. They never ceased to fail us. They amazed us throughout the time that we had them, and we just wanted to say thank you for all that they've done to help us and just the joy that they brought with us. I mean, with their personalities. Like they said, they made us smile, they made us laugh, they kept us young. And I just wanted to say thank you for that. And then there is one student, Raina Brown, has already accepted a position here at Public Safety, working in our EMS billing department. Thank you.
Okay, we have Department of Neighborhood and Human Services with the summer camp, Evanwood Community Center, DeCarrion Wingate, Malcolm Presley, Brownsville Community Center, Armani Virgin, Dasani Virgin, Lanisha Williams, and Jalen Rawlings. Next, we have Human Resources. Jasmine Rogers.
We are so fortunate to have Jazz back on our team this summer. We lost a couple people in the spring, and her coming aboard just helped us get so much work done that we wouldn't have got done otherwise. She's got this unique ability. I'll sit down with her, and this is her second summer, so she's getting more and more complex projects. And I give her a project, and Jasmine just nods her head and goes, "Yep, I can do that." And I'll go back to Janice and go, "Janice, she wasn't scared, she wasn't put off, and I don't know that she can get it done. It's a real challenging project." 2 days later, Jasmine produces the results time after time, and we just shake our heads. And we're so fortunate to have her, and if she ever wants to join our team, she knows she has a place, but she's got a bright future ahead of her at South Alabama, and we support her in everything she does.
Next, we have Information Technology, Aiden Sloman and Matthew Johnson.
So actually, I'm Sean Fletcher, IT Director. I didn't do a whole lot with these guys. Mainly Brandon did, task them, but I tell you, they did perform very well. Aiden did a lot of teching, and Matthew actually helped us get our service desk solution well populated and get our inventory very accurate. So we really appreciate them. I'm gonna hand over to Brandon.
Yeah, I agree with what Sean said. They did a great job. Also, Tamika took our balloons that we had for you and for Aiden and Matt, so you can collect those out there. But they did a great job. They even worked on Jack's computer up there and got it working. So, yeah, we greatly appreciate them. They did an awesome job. Thank you.
Next, we have Extension Services, Jeffrey Wesley.
Jeff, don't go too far. I'm Nick Simmons, Director of Extension Services. We weren't really sure that we were going to get an intern, and Carla called me a little bit after the program started and said, "I've got a young man that needs to come by and see you, and I think he'll work out for y'all." And I can tell you the first time I met Jeff, I could already tell that he was already very professional and very mature, and somebody that had already had those workforce skills. And that's a testament. Hopefully Mom and Dad are here. But Jeff was great to have. We certainly enjoyed having him. He saw that we in Extension do many things, and every day was a new adventure. But we want to wish him all the best. He's headed off to Pensacola State. We hope that you'll come by and visit us and let us know how your career at college is going. So thank you for everything, Jeff.
Next, we have Neighborhood Enterprise Division, Yasmin Huntley.
I am Allison Wheelis with Neighborhood Enterprise Division. Yasmin did an excellent job with us this year. We really appreciated her. She knows how much she got us caught up. We had been short-staffed a little bit, and things had gotten behind, and we couldn't have done it without her, and we appreciate it and hope you'll be back next year. Thank you.
Next, we have Community and Media Relations, James Hill.
Hi, my name's Joyce Boca. I'm with Community and Media Relations. And we had the honor of having James with us this year. James worked with us on creating video content for our TV station, and he was extremely awesome at doing that on his own. He also helped us with a pretty monumental task that we had added to us this year, which was making our documents online ADA accessible. So it has been an incredible task to learn how to do that. And it's something that he self-taught, which was pretty impressive. A lot of our older staff has a problem doing that, and he taught himself in a day. It took me about 3 or 4 days, and he had it down in about 2 hours. And I can say that David in our office is probably shedding a tear today because now the only other male that was in our office is gone. So he really appreciated having another person that he could chat in the office about guy things, like camera equipment. So he's really going to miss that. I have to say that one of the most impressive things that I saw about James was when we were doing his exit evaluation, I asked him before we got started, have you ever had a job before? And he told me no. And that just blew me away because he was so professional. I could not believe that this kid that came into my office every day, on time, produced excellent quality of work, told me what he was doing, where he was at, when he got in, when he left, when he was going to lunch, knew instinctively what to do. I didn't have to train him. He was better than some of the first-time employees I've had out of college. So we loved having him with us, and I told him he better come back next year and be with us again in the summertime because he was just incredible. So.
I also want to tell a little story about CMR. They only were able to give us 20 hours a week. We just don't have enough work to do. And after James got there, they said, we want him to work 40 hours a week. I'm going to Jack, and I'm going to tell Jack if he can work 40 hours a week. Next, we have the Escambia County School District, the J.E. Hall Center, Lauren Charles, Imani Davis, Booker T. Washington High School, Kalia Hale, D'Angelo Threet, Markira Jackson, Michael Roberts, and Northview High School, Austin Adams.
Thank you so much. I'm Michelle Taylor, Director of Workforce Education for the School District of Escambia County. And first of all, I just want to say to the students, you make your parents so proud because obviously you're getting home training. Second of all, you make Escambia County School District look really, really good. How many of you are Career Academy students? Yeah. This is the plan coming together, Ms. Jones. Thank you so much for doing this, Commissioner May. We're going to do it again next year. Thank you, students.
Next, we have Tax Collector's Office. Kara Haig, Haley Haig, Megan Haig, yes, they're triplets, Rebecca Smith, and Charcelyn Thomas. Anyone from Tax Collector's Office here? Next, we have the Supervisor of Elections, Benjamin Areola. I'm not sure if Benjamin was able to make it today. Is there anyone from Supervisor of Elections? We will make sure that Benjamin and those who were not able to make it today, that they will get their certificates. Would you like to have remarks?
Y'all give it up for Miss Carla. That proves what I said. She wasn't making y'all work. Because you clap for your supervisor like that, man, she must let you get away with everything. She is the best. First, I want to thank Oretta Green, my aide. I mean, when we had the vision for this program, she keeps pushing and making sure that those things are in to make sure that we can get this done. Certainly, I want to thank Carla and Tanya and the entire department. Carla basically did this with very little staffing help. This was a great program to put together with very little help, but it took us a little while, Dr. Gonzalez, but we caught on to the vision. And I think that's really what it's about. It's really about having vision. So y'all don't owe Commissioner May anything. You don't owe your supervisors anything. You don't really owe anybody anything, any of my colleagues. But what you do owe? You do owe when you become successful, when you go to South Alabama, Pensacola State, and you get a good job and you make a little money, you get a position of influence. You take that resources, that money, that influence, and wherever you live, you find some young people who are looking for opportunity. And whether you mentor them, whether you help them with their academics, or whether you help them with their athletics, or whether you go and help a senior citizen clean her yard or help her fix her food, find somebody that you can give back to. And it does not have to be anyone that's ever crossed your path. It does not have to be anybody that's helped you, but find somebody that you can help. And that's how you'll give back. And you got to continue to give back. For to whom much is given, much is required. And so much is required of each of you because you're so talented. You are the best. And so when we look at this group of young people in Escambia County, y'all are the best of your high schools, you're the best of your neighborhoods, you're the best of your church. We were very fortunate to have the very best. And now that you are the best, we expect the best out of you. And because only Escambia County can be great if you become great. And so here's the reality. Don't everybody move away, all right? I mean, we need some of y'all to come back home. I'm getting old, I'm getting gray, I'm getting bald. Jack, you know, he's almost headed to the grave. I mean, we need somebody to come and replace us. I told Loretta, I know that Faith is going to be much better than me when she becomes a commissioner because the next generation is always better, you know, and foster these relationships. I can't tell you if there's one thing I'll leave you with, is relationships are very, very important. Foster relationships. You don't have to, you know, be best friends and go out to eat, but foster relationships. Don't damage relationships because you never know who you'll need. You never know. You the same people you see on your way up, if you ever stumble, you'll see the same people on your way down. So you ought to make sure that you treat those people right, all right? So again, I want to thank y'all. I know Carla has some food out there. If we can help y'all, now I'm going to tell y'all, I looked at the food, and I know most of y'all are not vegetarians. But I mean, I didn't see a lot of meat, so I mean, y'all, we're going to do better on that food next year. I'm just telling you right now, if there's one, I mean, the post meeting with Miss Carla, we're going to have some chicken wings next year. I can promise y'all that. Some nuggets, we're going to have that. I mean, I don't care how much money I need to put in the budget. Right? Am I right or wrong? Right. All right, man. Yeah. I mean, the grapes are nice. I mean, they look good. We need something to fill us up. Again, to all of our parents, again, our staff, Jack Brown, great leadership. We appreciate that. Our partners at the News Journal, we appreciate you guys being here today. And hopefully that you will go back to your school, tell somebody else about the program, and hopefully the things that you implement today, you learned today and yesterday and all through these 9 weeks, you'll use. Attitude is altitude. You can't go high if you have a bad attitude. Things are not going to always go your way. But it's just how we react. Things are going to happen. So again, is there anything else, Carla, before we let them go? Because I know we were trying to get out of here about 4 o'clock. We're about 10 minutes late. But what y'all really don't understand, Faith understands, on Thursdays, all the commissioners like to talk a lot. So we're here all the time. So, when you come in this building on Thursday, you almost get stuck in here to midnight. But to y'all that were forced to come to meetings and sit here and learn, hopefully you learned something about your government. It's not my government. Every one of your checks, they took taxes out. When you buy a house, they take taxes. This is your government. And so get engaged, get involved. You don't have to run for public office, but at least get involved civically and community-wise in your community, because you really can make a difference. Now, how many people registered to vote? All right, let's make that happen. How many people 16 or 17? Yeah, that's a clapping moment. Clap one more time. My daddy was a preacher. We love to clap and take up offerings. So if you see something good, here's some good clap, and then we'll take up an offering. But make sure you register to vote. Don't care who you vote for. Do your own research, but make sure that you register to vote. Because you know why we got this program that we can fund it? Because people vote. And the guys on that dais understands the impact of people voting. And so, again, you can change it. We don't have to wait for anybody else to change our community. We can change it. Parents, staff, community, thank y'all so much. Carl, you want to direct them out to where to eat? Y'all give it up again for Ms. Carl.
Okay, we do have light refreshments. This is your appetizer before dinner. Maybe next year our budget will increase, so we'll have a full meal. Out to the lobby to your right, we do have some refreshments. Please help yourselves. And again, thank you all for coming. Thank to the youth employees. We really enjoyed you all. I heard nothing but great and grand things about you, and continue to do your best. Okay? All right, thank you and have a good evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much for coming today. This is a very special day. Happy, sad, all at the same time, because we have been with these young people, and this is just a handful of, we got a lot of them still coming. It's over 150 kids, but we basically have had an awesome summer, and so we're so excited. We've been with 10 weeks, and we're truly going to miss half of them. They're all over Pensacola, Florida. So we're so excited. We're so excited for our families being here today, because our parents has been champions at working with us so that we could do what we do best with their children, and we're so thankful for them. Some of them even roll up their sleeves to help us, and that was awesome. And then we definitely, as we get down the program, our commissioner is going to speak on that behalf, but first of all, we're so delighted to have this opportunity. I'm so thankful every time I come on this stage to, first of all, thank our Commissioner Lumen May for his vision, not only for the Everwood community, but for the entire community, how he reaches out and how he embraces the young people of this community. I think a lot of people don't realize that young people can have your attention. All right, thank y'all. Can we? Hello? Hello? Hello, Brad? I'm right here. Eyeballs, I need them eyeballs. A lot of people don't realize, but Commissioner and I, we have actually been out there working with young people for over 30 years side by side. Doing his thing, and I was doing my thing, and then Mr. Rappaport was doing his thing. But our whole life has been somewhat dedicated to the young people of this community, not only this community, but around and about other places. And then not only that, but our seniors are very important to us. We always have to take care of our seniors. They are doing an awesome job, and those in between. So we're excited to have this opportunity, his vision, not only for Everwood, but all over when it comes to community centers. He's been doing a great job. He definitely continuously need our help to pave the way. It's very hard sometimes when you're trying to handle everything. And so we definitely need we need to sometimes just say, what can I do to help? And when you do that, I think he would truly appreciate that. We can get more done in our community. But today is a very special day. There's a very awesome day because we have some awesome partners who have actually touched hands with us to make this happen. This is a cumulative effort. Here's the opening of everything. This program was designed for 10 weeks. Every day, we wanted to give our kids a different experience. Our kids receive a different experience every day. And I told the parents in our parents meeting, I said, when your kids come home, I want you to poll them, ask them, what did you learn today? And I'll promise you, you're gonna find out every single day. Do you know, I'm just gonna give you an example as we move on. Do you know that right in this very room, we had, was it anacondas? What do we call those snakes? Bowl restrictors, you name it. I mean, these kids, I mean, really, honestly, it takes the fear out of a lot of stuff. I mean, we've had some stuff in here. It's been awesome. So with that being said, I'm gonna move on, and I'm gonna ask if our commissioner will please come up and get us started off. Let's please give our commissioner, Lumen May, a big round of applause as he makes his way to the stage. Okay.
Thank you. Y'all give it up for Big Leroy. Mr. Leroy. Of course, I really want to thank Leroy because many times we get the opportunity to allocate funds and do things that are our vision. But sometimes it's hard to get people to implement those. Although I had the golden opportunity to work with my colleagues on starting a program that I knew that was important, Leroy has poured his heart and soul into it. And Leroy, we appreciate everything that you've done. So again, y'all give it up for Mr. Leroy. He goes well beyond. Young people, your parents are here. And so it's very important that you always acknowledge your parents because you can't do anything. Stay with me. Home girl, home girl. Because I know Mr. Leroy taught y'all the proper protocol and etiquette of respecting others, right? Who all learned to respect others in camp this year? Raise your hand if you learned to respect others. Awesome. You're awesome. So that just means when someone's up here talking today, then you're gonna listen because you'll learn. Just like when your teacher is talking in class, then you're gonna listen. So I believe the greatest investment is in human capital. I mean, all the things we do at roads and bridges, all the money that we spend on paving and economic development, the greatest investment we can do is investment in our young people. And so a couple of years ago, we reached out and said, how can we do it? And I could not have done this. I could not have gotten the funding unless you understand that you have to have friends on the dais with you. And in politics, 2 equals 3 and 3 equals 5 in order to get funding. Young people, you wouldn't understand that. But many of y'all don't know him, but I couldn't do this without my colleague and my dear friend from the north end of District 5 Commissioner Stephen Berry. Y'all give it up for Commissioner Berry. Commissioner Berry saw this vision, saw the things that we were doing, and realized, although he may have not come from the inner city like me, that it was important to invest in these children. So for just a moment, I'm going to give Commissioner Berry the microphone for a second.
Thank you, Lumen, and I appreciate I always feel welcome here. Hopefully that has something to do with Smokey's Barbecue being against the wall. Hopefully y'all will enjoy Smokey's today. But no, the good friends, my good friends at GSI Scrap and Scrap Inc. have really partnered with Oakcrest, have partnered with my dear friend and colleague, Lumen May, and I think that this is one of the few best things that are going on in Escambia County. This partnership includes obviously our public school district. Public education is something that's a passion of mine and Commissioner May's. So it's great to see partnerships between multiple agencies that are for the benefit of the kids and the families that they're supposed to be serving. It's sometimes easy to forget that you are a public servant, you're not a public official, you're a public servant. So it's great to see public servants serving a population that fills up the room today, and I hear y'all had this many yesterday, so I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Thank you, Commissioner Berry. In Canley, we put hundreds of thousands of dollars. When I first came and got elected and had a neighborhood meeting over in Evanwood, that homeowner association said, we want something for our children. So out of all this Escambia County, this is one of the one of the few camps that are free, because we believe that we're not going to have a cheap camp. I told Leroy, we're not going to have a cheap camp, but we're going to have a camp that's going to be affordable and to give young people an opportunity. And young people today, that's what you have to do. You have to continue to respect. Now, if Coach Lumen walks down with the mic and sits next to you, that means that you've been talking too much. And so that's what will happen. I'll just kind of walk down and sit next to you. We couldn't do this without our partners. The Evanwood Homeowner Association and Miss McMillan, these ladies have come and they give countless amounts of hours in their time. Would y'all please stand up and would y'all please give a hand for Miss McMillan? Please. And the red shirt. When I first got elected, Commissioner Berry said, I have some dear friends, one by the name of Russ Crosby and his sons at GSI, and they want to know what can they do. And I said, Steve, one of the things we can do is invest in human capital. Well, at that time, I just thought it was a company that was in the neighborhood that was just going to become a partner. Well, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every year have been poured into this school, into this community, just by relationships. That's why relationships are important. So, Russ, Mike, I want to personally thank you. I know Commissioner Berry did, but y'all please give it up for our friends at GSI for all the great work that they've done. So at this time, I'm going to call some people up and have remarks by them, and Commissioner Berry and Mr. Williams will hand them some. First, Leroy has to report to somebody. I get to make policies. I get to come out and have fun times like this, but someone has to direct this. And she's certainly worked through sickness, through bad times. She's the director of our neighborhood services. She's really committed to children, particularly at-risk and inner-city children. Please join me in welcoming our Director of Neighborhood and Human Services, Ms. Tanya Gant. Steve.
Good morning, everybody. Thank everybody for coming and being part of what we're doing today. I am so happy to see so many young people and so many disciplined young people. I'm so appreciative of what Leroy does, what the seniors does, what the parents does, what GSI does, and I just think if there's anything that I can do for you personally, please reach out and let me know. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tanya. Sometimes I have to make sure that I sit next to Commissioner Berry because some things I just don't know. And let me just be clear, Russ and GSI wouldn't be here without Stephen Berry. But Mr. Rawls, Mr. Rawls, raise your hand. That's the other half of GSI, and thank you so much. You're kind of quiet behind the scenes, and we appreciate you so much. Russ gets all the dates, all the apple pies, all the kisses from Ms. McMillan, and I understand that you're doing all the work from behind the scenes. So we appreciate you, Mr. Rawls. Next, we want to recognize the reason that we're here in a great partnership with this community is with the school. And we understand that education and recreation go hand in hand, and we want it to be a continuous learning opportunity for our children for the summer and to the school year. And that's one thing that Russ and GSI and Mr. Rawls have done. They've really not only invested in the community center, but they've invested in education. So at this time, please join me in welcoming the Oak Crest Elementary School Principal, Ms. Bonifay. Ms. Bonifay, is she here? The vice principal here, but Ms. Bonifay is probably coming. She's probably registering kids. We'll just keep moving. And now, the guys that really make this happen, we want to call to the stage and give them the mic. We want to call Russ, Rick, and Mike to the mic. Please come, GSI, whole GSI team. Come on, Mr. Vandenberg. Yeah. That's right. You let the owners go first.
Well, we had a great year this year. We had over 200 kids, I think, and everything went well, the 10-week program. And we had a 10-week program, everything went well. And how about these kids out here? Give them a big hand.
We're just fortunate to be able to be a part of this. And I thank all the volunteers and all the people that work here and put up with this heat, and everything should be the ones that are very much appreciated. Let's give a round of applause to all the workers.
Well, I got a mic, Miss McMillan. I have a mic, Miss McMillan. Commissioner May, we would like to thank you for giving us Leroy. All right? You're the one that put things in motion. And then we got Miss McMillan. And we had a wonderful summer camp. And there's one other thing I'd like you all to look at, the red cake. And there's one other thing I'd like to say. And this is, and thank you, Miss Brenda, by the way, for coming up with the idea. Listen, 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 Linda.
Let's give it up for GSI. And we want to thank GSI for just being great neighbors. At this time, she doesn't need any introduction. She's always trying to tell on somebody. She's back there whispering in Chip's ear, probably being an informant. But please join me and welcome to our president, Evanwood Community Center, Ms. Dorothy McMillan. You need a police escort? Yeah. At least you got to pick your escort. It'd be tough if you were having a funeral, though.
Commissioner, let me heard of 30 seconds, okay?
You got 30 seconds.
15 already gone.
I just want to say I thank God for you. I thank God for all your support. GSI, the county, my county commissioner, Chip Simmons, and most of all, I want to thank my sisters, Evanwood Senior Group. Y'all have worked hard, and I thank God for you. And nothing go unnoticed. And I want to just say, encourage the parents this year. As your children go to school, get involved. Don't come up here raising sand and you ain't sit up and did the homework and know what your children are doing. And I'm going to ask you parents, when you come up, let's put some clothes on. Maybe you don't want to hear that, but that's what we need to do. You can't teach young ladies to be young ladies when you're half dressed. It's okay when people look at you, let them wonder about you. Teach your daughters, teach your sons something this year. When you come to school, don't come up on a raised sand. Come up and say, what can I do to help my child? What can I do to help the school? You know, that's not what they call me up here for, but it's just, I want you to do better. We all can do better. I'm counting on you to get involved this year to help your child, your grandchild, and learn how to pray and ask God for help and direction. Thank you.
We do have a gift for all the seniors if they'd come on. We do have a gift for all of the seniors.
All the seniors.
Come on, don't walk like you're a senior. Come on. There you go, Lois. There you go. Come on. Put some help in your step. Come on. There you go.
All right, baby.
That's right. Y'all give it up for these young seniors who volunteer every single day helping out at Evanwood. Come on, Lois, Honey Bunch, Connie, Miss Barbara. Come on. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Y'all get up these ladies. They got me elected. I appreciate it. Y'all deserve 2 gifts working with Ms. McMillan. Miss Brenda. Don't break it down, Miss Brenda. Don't break it down. If you're driving a Lexus, what color? A black Lexus, you're blocking somebody in. Yeah. All right, young people, we're going to quiet it down. Hey, one thing that we want to do is participate, is make sure that we have a great relationship with law enforcement. Y'all good. Y'all can go back. No more warrants. So, young people, stay with us. Mr. Leroy told me, where's Leroy? Leroy told me that we were not going to help anybody. We got the best. Didn't you tell me this is the best behaved group, much better than Brownsville? Because I got to go over to Brownsville in a second. And I told you, whoever's doing the best, that's who we're going to give that gift to.
All right, hey guys, I need for y'all to be on your best behavior. Hey, mister, hey. All right, that's it. That's it, okay? Now let's do what we said we were going to do. Right there's where we want you to stay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Leroy. At this time, we're bringing, he walked in with Ms. McMillan, the escort, but he's been vital in working with the Evanwood Homeowners Association and really increasing the presence since he left the county. That's Chief Deputy Chip Simmons, my friend.
Thank you, Commissioner May. Yeah, I was just here to make sure the right gifts went to the right people. So it looks like no one took the gift wrong. Hey, I want to say thank you. I was here a couple weeks ago and got a chance to meet a lot of these kids over here when they were talking to, I think Miss McMillan's granddaughter was here talking to them. And when she mentioned they were having this whole program, I'm so proud to be part of a little part of our community because this is what it's all about. It's about our children. It's about who we're going to be, not this year, but next year, next generation. And that's why it's so important. And that's why I know we're all busy up here, but I want to come by. I saw Leroy a couple days ago. I saw Commissioner May yesterday. All these guys are my friends. We're all in this together. I like what Ms. McMillan was talking to the parents. Because parents, this is your responsibility. It's our responsibility as a community. It's our responsibility as Escambia County. Because again, you are our future, and we just want to make sure you guys know that we do care. I say that a lot because I talk to people a lot, and they say, well, you keep telling people you care. Can you really tell people you care too much? Because I think that every time we talk to our kids, no matter how old they are, if we let them know that we sacrifice our time, we sacrifice our heart, our money, and our love for them kids, that's what's going to be important to our future. So I just want to come by and say that I'm very proud of you guys, what you're doing here. Thank you all to Escambia County, Commissioner Berry, Commissioner Robinson, Commissioner May, and Leroy. I've known these guys for a long time. Their heart's in the right place. Congratulations. Good job.
Thank you. Y'all give it up for Chief Deputy Chip Simmons. We appreciate you, Chip, and all the great work you've done. Chip and I have worked with children for at least the last 30 years together. So, Chip, we really appreciate you. One thing we didn't recognize, Chip just hugged my aide. She's very attractive. Don't hug her again. But Loretta Green in my office really does a lot. And we have other county staff. Mike Rowe. I saw Claire. Can the county staff raise their hand? Just the county staff that's here. We really thank all of you for being here. At this time, I told you earlier that we've had a partner, but we have another person that unfortunately he'll be leaving us pretty soon. But every time that there was a vote to support doing things for children, he's been on the right side of that vote, supporting Commissioner Berry and myself. That's my friend from District 4? District 4, Commissioner Grover Robinson.
Commissioner May, I just want to say thank you. I want to congratulate Commissioner May. He put us down the path to putting forward some programming that we need to be doing at the county level, and I'm very proud. I want to also thank Leroy. I've had the chance to come out here, I think, on 2 different occasions to speak. I see Katie in the back. I remember we came here for Bay Day. Do you remember all the experiments we did? We had a turtle. We had a couple other things. Had a lot of fun on Bay Day. That was a fun time. We also had the chance to come here and talk to everybody about county government. So we had a fun time with that too. It's just a lot of good time to learn some things over the summer, get ready for school, stay active, and doing things the right way. I really appreciate Leroy doing everything from the staff standpoint. All of your volunteers back there that have been helping with this, really appreciate everything you've done. This is what we need to be doing every year to make sure that our kids have a place to be, that teaches them, enriches them, and gives them other opportunities. I was just excited to be a part of it. I appreciate, Commissioner May, everything you did to make this happen. Thank you for the opportunity to be a part of it. I'm just excited, and I think it's a great thing. Thank you very much.
Give it up to Mr. Grover Roberts. That's a gift, and you might need to report it. It's worth more than $25. Well, maybe. Next, we'll have our partner from the Children's Home Society, Ms. Phyllis Corey. Is Phyllis here, Leroy? So is someone in from Ms. Bonifay?
Yes. Is she here?
All right. Well, we will get them later. All right. At this time, we're going to bring Leroy back up to introduce a 1 minute from a volunteer, 1 minute from a staff member, and 1 minute from a parent.
Y'all excuse me. I'm turning wheels everywhere, trying to get everybody in. Like I said, y'all be patient with us for a few minutes. And the reason why I say that is this program is a program designed to give things, okay? Because that way, our partners have done so much work to embed things into our kids that they deserve appreciation, and I thank you. If there's anything our kids learn, is how to say thank you. If there's anything our kids learn, is love. Because we showed them what love really is. And so they know that. We love on them every day, and they know this. Our parents have been terrific. As a matter of fact, I need this young lady to come up and represent the parents. She is a phenomenal young lady. She has rolled up her sleeve. She's not only been a great parent, but she's also been supportive of making sure our kids have a whole lot of refreshments, and a lot of sugar and everything. But she's so sweet. And where's your sons?
My special needs son is right there, and Aaron is over there.
Where is he?
Aaron and Kenna, stand up, Kenna.
Stand up, Kenny.
Y'all, this program has made my heart happy. I have paid for a lot of programs, but I have never seen a free program come close to this program. My son just had brain surgery 1 year ago, and he would never be around normal kids like this setting. I have never put him in one. And I put him here in Evanwood, and Leroy took the challenge on. He said, let me try it out. Him and his staff have loved on my children and have took care of them. And this is my son, seizure-free for 1 year after brain surgery, around normal kids. And they truly loved on our kids. So y'all keep y'all kids in this program. We need more people like this, like Mr. Leroy here. And we need y'all as a community to keep standing up for our children because they can't stand for themselves. And parents love these volunteers and Mr. Leroy, and do all you can to help them. Amen.
So much. All right, this time we're going to have a kid, one of our youth, where are you, to come up and say what the program means to you. Come on up. You already chosen. Come on. She's a little shy. Come on. Oh, she's here. Miss Shepherd's here. From the Miss Shepherd is representing Principal Bonifay. And I can tell you, Vice President Ms. Shepherd, she's so sweet. Commissioner, they have done so much to embed in our program. They're going beyond the call of duty to assist us in many ways. I can't even begin to explain to you as if we're standing in this facility and the hours they come early just to allow us to set up to do what we do, the hours that they stay after to help us do what we do, and the support that they give us within is just unreal. And we could not have done what we've done without their support, Commissioner.
We really, on behalf of the county, we appreciate the partnership. I know Commissioner Berry has a great relationship with the superintendent, and this relationship with GSI and the school and the county is really working for the benefit of our kids. So we appreciate it. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much on behalf of Ms. Bonifay, the principal, and myself. We appreciate you guys, everything that you do. One thing about Oak Crest and Evanwood and all the respective entities that are in this community, we are a family. And we really do believe in that because it takes each one of us to bring about change for our children. We want to impact them where they're needed so that way they'll know they're loved and they can strive to reach whatever goals that they want to attain. So we really appreciate all your support and everything that you've done because it takes all of us truly to raise a village. Thank you.
Thank you again to Oak Crest.
I'm trying to get her. She's a little shy. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Come on, guys, help her out. Come on up. Come on, guys, encourage her. Come on, she's sweet. She's shy. We try to break up. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. All right. I'm not going to do it like that. Where's the other two at that I had? All right. Just tell them something quick. Anything. Oh, let's give it up. That's good enough for me. That is good enough for me. Where's the other one? Come on, Leah. Hurry up. Come on up.
I just want to say I hope you all had a great time at summer camp.
Okay. Wow. All right, kids, are you ready? We're getting ready to do our pledge. Y'all ready? Everybody ready? On the count of 8. We're going to do number 1 and then we're going to go it out. We're going to go one at a time. You ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. Number 10. Number 10. Number 10. Number 10. All right now. As a staff member, I'm going to ask Mr. Troy if he will come up. Mr. Troy has learned a lot. He took over the athletic part of our summer camp, and he speaks very well, and he's done a great job in respect to with the kids along with all of our staff.
Good morning. I didn't know I was going to do this, but to my kids, best thing you can do is get your education. The best thing. We practiced all along. I took the yellow group, blue group, orange group. Hey, we learned. This camp wasn't just playing. It wasn't just going out doing recreation. I am the recreation leader, but I took it upon myself to teach these kids their multiplication tables, their ABCs, spelling. You name it, we did it. We had fun, great camp. To my kids, you guys, when you go to school, make sure you obey your teachers. Obey your teachers. Discipline is the #1 thing right here. Obey your teachers, get your schoolwork, obey your parents. All right? Love y'all. See y'all next year.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that we could do what we do. One person can't do it all. You have to have a group of people to do it. Let me just say this, and I'm saying this with everything I have. We have the best leaders in the world. These guys roll up their sleeves and they work with our kids and they put knowledge in our kids. They are so awesome. At this time, I just want to I want our staff to please come up and receive a gift. But they are so awesome. Will y'all please come on up, all of our staff, to come on up. And they did a phenomenal job in working with our kids. We have a lot of kids. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not all our kids. We have more kids than this. It's just that we had to take some, bring some. Take some, bring. And then this is just a report of what's here today. But we have
with the few people we have here, we were able to do some great things. And Commissioner, we're blessed to have them. And guys, come on up real quick and just receive your gift. But starting with Miss Elaine. Miss Elaine is so awesome. She does a great job with our kids. Miss Dorothy, she's with the CDAC program, and she's our partner, and she have done a phenomenal job, and we love them. We could not do this without them. And I mean, every day we have to deal with our kids, and our kids are awesome. And here's Miss Kim. Miss Kim is so awesome. She's a great person. I love her to death. Here is Miss Presley. She's so awesome, and God has blessed her with a new job. Here's Miss Brownlee. She's doing twofold. She's a senior, and she works with our kids. And here's Miss Ardetta. She's an awesome, awesome person. Here's Mr. Julius Benson. Wow, we go all the way back 32 years together. And this man right here, I love you to death, Mr. Troy Floyd, ladies and gentlemen. That is a phenomenal, outstanding, superb. I mean, if I could give them all $1 million, I would do that, because they work so hard and tirelessly with our children. They go beyond the call of duty to get everything done, so we're so happy and blessed to have them. Now we're gonna keep it moving so that when we eat lunch, we won't have to break. I would like real quickly, we would like to also thank Parks and Recreation. Parks and Recreation, listen, young people, woo! Parks and Recreation. Okay, guys, do I need to step down? All right, here we go. Parks and Rec has been a great part of what we do. They've been right there for us. Anything we need, they're right there for us. And I just want to thank Mr. Michael Rose and Mr. Adam for all that they do. And if you will, Mr. Michael Rose, come up and receive. I appreciate you, buddy. He's phenomenal in what he does. And we're so thankful for Mike. Mike is awesome. You know, I mean, it's never a time when you call on Mike and you need something, Mike is right there for you. And he loves our kids. He loves his community. And he's a great guy. And we thank him for taking time out of your schedule. Thank you so much, Mike. And this is for Adam as well. One for Adam. Exactly. Adam is awesome. You want to say anything? Are you good? Okay. All right. All right, Miss Eunicia, she could not make it. As y'all know, yesterday could not have happened without Miss Eunicia. Miss Eunicia, raise your hand. I mean, clap if you know Miss Eunicia. Miss Eunicia was very responsible, commissioners, for making sure that we had 14 partners, 17 partners on yesterday who flooded the gates inside of there. She went out tirelessly, and she got all these partners to come in along with some of the ones that we have in this room. And so we just thank her. She's not going to be able to make it today. Feeding the Gulf Coast, are you here? Come on up. Feeding the Gulf Coast, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a big hand. Could not know what we do with our feed truck. They feed our kids every day. Every day they feed our kids with our lunch and a snack. So we've been working together now for almost 5 years, and we're so excited. She's representing Miss Jessica, and she's an intern, but she's a sweet person. We thank y'all so much. Thank you so much.
Leroy, Commissioner Berry just informed me that you fed Carver Middle School. Carver Park in Canton. Let's give them up for that as well. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And tennis for four. Where are you? Tennis for everyone. Miss Rita could not make it. Miss Rita brought a representative. These young men, 2 young men. Where the other young man at? Okay, come on up, young man. Come on up. Come on up. It's 3 of them. We're gonna give you 3. These guys had a tennis program for our children, and what they do is they came out. The first year we did it one day. And then it's, we have too much fun. So the next year they did it a whole week. And they've been doing it for a whole week. They come out, they work with our kids, each one of them, and they do a phenomenal job. Miss Rita could not be here today. So we're so thankful for Tennis for Everyone, for coming out faithfully and being awesome partners. These guys are so great, and we so appreciate them for what they have done to help us with this program. And then we have the baseball camp, Mr. Charlie Bear. Mr. Charlie Bear started a program here in Pensacola, and he really wanted to get it off the face. So look at the kids. I mean, he faithfully, once a week, came out and worked with our kids in a great way to teach them the skills of baseball. And he's done such a phenomenal job. And he'll be back at us in a few minutes when we get ready to pass out things that you can see the bats and the balls over there. He went out and got the funding to make this happen. This comes from Cincinnati. The Cincinnati Reds have sent this in for these kids to have them. And they're so blessed by them. Let's give him another big round of applause for all that he does. All right. Then we have Money Matters. Where are you? Money Matters. Come on up, young lady. Secretary, she has actually worked faithfully with our youth, our older youth group, because she wanted to teach them how to manage their monies. Not only that, but how to budget and a whole lot of things. And faithfully, she brought other partners with her, and faithfully, each and every week, she will be here to support the efforts of our kids. And she's been with us now for almost 30 years. And she's from the Pensacola State College. And we're so glad that she's here and that she does what she do. And then, awesome. And then we have Politics with a Purpose. It's Miss Angela West, and she's here. Miss Angela West. Miss Angela West is the president of the African American Society. She came in for a whole week and did a program with our children. She brought her own staff. She went out and got the funding. Phenomenal program. Guys, give Miss Angela a big hand. Y'all know Miss Angela very well. And she stayed the whole day, ladies and gentlemen. She didn't just come in for a couple hours. She stayed from the time we started in our staff meeting all the way to the time we end when we ready to lock the keys almost. That's when Miss Andrew was there. And we so thank her and we missed her. Then we have Bay Day. As Commissioner was saying earlier, Commissioner Grover was saying, the Commissioner came out and he rolled up his sleeves. He got out there and he played with the kids. He did so many things, but we had 10 stations that were set up. And these 10 stations taught these kids so many different things. It was crazy about the earth and on and so forth. So we are so excited for the efforts that they put into this, and then come back and spoke at the Politics for a Purpose to give these kids some government experience as to what goes on in government. And it was the questions were off the chain, wasn't it? The kids all asked some good questions. So we're gonna ask all the Bay Day people to please come on up. And here it is, guys, to show you how it works. They didn't only come one time, they had such a good time. It was a whole lot of people. She just representing them. They came, they said, can I come back again? And then I said, sure, come on, we love it. We need as much as we can. So the other presenters the other 10 groups that was here, they came on their own time. They're just not here today. So we're so grateful to have them. And then we have another young man that just walked in here. Come on up, young man. Just a good timing. He was another one of our staff who did come on, young man. He's also the basketball coach for Escambia High School. He was another one of our staff members, and he's an awesome guy. Everybody know Mr. Jeremy. Let's give Mr. Jeremy some love as he comes down. Amen. Come on, Jeremy. Yeah. Jeremy, he took off his schedule to get here. He loves these kids so much. Every year, Jeremy is with us. Jeremy, first year, he volunteered with us, and then he was hired through the program. Come on, Mr. Jeremy. He's an awesome young man, and we're so glad. And this is his father. Will you please, Pastor Reuben, which we're here for the breakfast. And who? Oh, we see Principal Bonifay has made it. This young lady is so awesome. We're gonna let Commissioner come back and get you. Please don't go nowhere. Please, 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 please. No, yeah. All right. Awesome, man. You're an awesome young man. Yes, he is. Now, y'all know he got on the right shirt because we went to Escambia. So Escambia is the best high school in the world. So y'all know that, right? Thank y'all very much. Thank you very, very much. Okay, then we have the bike safety. Miss Kathleen, are you here? Come on up, Miss Kathleen. Miss Kathleen brought over commissioners. She brought over like almost 70 bikes. And these kids had an opportunity to experience that was totally different. She gave them helmets. Each one of these kids walked away with helmets. She did a phenomenal job. I mean, she is such a sweet person. And I was like, okay, how this gonna work? Then next thing I knew, here comes this big old truck with all these bicycles in it. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And the kids had a great experience. So we're so thankful for what she has done. Praise God. And then Mr. Falbo, where are you? Master Falbo, he's the karate, Mr. Jim. Master Jim. Master Jim is so awesome. Give him a big hand, guys. Y'all know this. Wow. This man is deadly, so don't even try him. Y'all seen him on the film when we was earlier, showing the kids how to do karate, break boards, and all that stuff. This is the man. But he didn't listen. He did not only just teach kids about how the martial art and everything. It wasn't even about that. He taught life into our kids. That was unreal. He did some great and fabulous things, and we're just so blessed to have him. Say something.
It was such a blessing to be here, first of all. And I remember whenever we spoke, Mr. Williams, that we talked about building your house on a rock and building your house on sand. And we've got to remember that we want to build our house on a rock, and that's what everybody's been speaking into your lives about now. And who is the rock of life? Jesus Christ. And let's remember that forever. Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Awesome, man. He's a great guy. I'm trying to tell you. Yes, he is. They're moving right along. We have Miss Jamie. Where's Miss Jamie at? the nutritionist. She come every year. God, give her a big hand. Miss Jamie has been with us from the beginning. She comes in faithfully. She even comes out after school program and she teaches the kids, the nutritionists, how to eat well, how to eat healthy and all that great stuff. And we're just so excited to have her. She also teaches us how to do the cha-cha, what you call that? You know what y'all know what I'm trying to say, salsa. So she's an awesome person. We love her to death and we thank her as well like we thanking everybody else. And then we have the etiquette. Etiquette by Miss Tamika. Where are you, Miss Tamika? Wow. Like all the other guys, this lady is so awesome. She is so awesome. She does so much for these kids and the leaders. She really shows so much love. For example, I'm going to show you something she went out and did. Now, she's teaching the kids how to sit at the table and eat properly. And to do not only that, but she teaches them life skills. But for her token of appreciation, she went out and she had these made for the children. Isn't that awesome? To always get them to remind themselves that they must sit at the table and with the etiquette of how to eat, how to be respectful and all that great stuff. But she's such a great person and we're so glad that she has joined. She come out faithfully every week and work with our children. As the list goes down, West Florida Library, y'all, if we could stand and touch the roof, we could do that. Where are you? This young lady, Miss Shannon, let's give her a big round of applause. Oh, come on. Listen, the West Florida Library has been with us from the beginning. Wow, it's phenomenal what they do. We're like soul partners. It's crazy. These kids were so excited. Each week on a Thursday, we had acts from all over the world, not just the Pensacola area, all over the world. These kids had an act right here in this very room that was so professional, it was crazy. People that are traveling the nation and doing certain things like magicians and like I told y'all about the snake and all that stuff like that. I mean, she is so awesome at what she does. She comes in, ladies and gentlemen, every week during our after school program and our summer camp program, and she reads to our children. Wow, isn't that phenomenal? Let's give another big round of applause. Awesome. And then we have ECUA, Mr. Jim. Are you here? Mr. Jim. Okay, he's another awesome guy. He's not here. Humana, where are you? Humana is one of our newest partners, and they have come to the table. This young lady comes in every week, and she works with our older kids, and she teaches them life skills, and I'm telling you, this young lady is phenomenal at what she does. But when I looked out the other day, I couldn't find... Oh, he is here. Oh, Mr. Robert, Mr. Robert, y'all. Mr. Robert, let's give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, he snuck up on me. I'm trying to move this thing fast. Oh, you got it. Okay, he's awesome. Mr. Roberts is such a great guy. He's phenomenal. And then we have Miss Angela. Come over, Angela. I know you got them shoes. Them so beautiful, girl. Come on up here. I'm going to help you out. Now I had to get her back. But like I was saying, I was looking for Miss Angela. I couldn't find her. She was out there playing volleyball with the some kind of ball with her. I said, she is so awesome. She's sweet. She's an awesome young lady. Both her and Mr. Robinson. Mr. Robert, he is so awesome. I tell you, Mr. Robert's been with us in the beginning. And like I say, Humana is just joined us, but they are so awesome.
I just want to know, in the box, is it a key to a Maserati?
Yes, it is. Woo! Like I said, if I had $1,000, you got it. She talking about these white boxes. Y'all didn't know we had a lot of money here, right? Yeah, it's a lot of money here. No, I'm just playing, honestly. It's love. But Mr. Roberts has been with us, and he has been teaching these kids some things that they really need to know about a lot of things, and he's just an awesome guy. Every time we call on him, he's always right there for us. And we love you, man. You've been awesome. Yes, indeed. We have Miss Frankie. Where's Miss Frankie? Y'all give Miss Frankie a big hand from Department of Health. Miss Frankie is so awesome. Her and Miss Curry, they come every year. And this is her first year, but she has been so great with our kids. She come in once a week and work with our kids and teach them so many great things about how to eat healthy and do some healthy things. 5210, what is 5? What is 2? And what is 1? And what is 0? Hello, I told you my guys are off the chain. Let me tell you now, we're gonna move this on. then we have Mr. Nick. Mr. Nick is here in the house. Mr. Nick from Safe Neighborhoods. Nick is so awesome too because Nick has from the county. He works with the county with us. But Nick is so awesome. He's a sweet guy. But Nick brings a unload of everything for these children. But he teaches them how to be in a safe neighborhood. And so we're so excited that Nick is with us and he supports us 100 tips. I see his supervisor there. You can come and get it for him. Yeah, let's give Miss Clara a hand. As she come on up and get this one. Come on, yeah, right. All right, then we almost there, guys. We have Escambia PIO office. These guys are awesome too because sometimes, you know, you need to let the rest of the world know what's going on. And I tell you, I look and I see nothing but smiles and teeth every time they come. I see this young man behind the camera. And Miss Casey, where are you? Miss Casey, she's so awesome. Y'all come on up here, Miss Casey. These guys are so awesome. Let's give them a hand, guys. They are so great and great.
And give it up for David as well. David, wave your hand.
Yeah, he look at him stand behind the camera at the smile. That's David right there for you. He's an awesome guy. Here we go, anti-bullying, Miss Donaldson. Is she here? Ladies and gentlemen, parents, let me tell you, our very first thing we did, we opened this camp. The very first day, after we initiate these kids, after coming in, we talked about bullying. We spent some time on bullying. Not only just that one presentation, but Miss Donaldson, she led the pack. But that week was spent with us trying to get these kids to understand bullying is not the way to be. So I want to thank them for coming out and doing what they did. She's not here right now. We're almost there. And then Brace, where are you? Brace Alliances, where are you? Okay, those guys are awesome too. They just like Bay Day, they came out and they brought a whole lot of everything, a whole lot of people with them, a whole lot of staff, a whole lot of everything. It was a lot of knowledge most of all, but they're so great. They teach these kids about emergency situations. And it was just great. I mean, the thing that got me was when they took that dummy and threw him in the tree, and then the kids had to go and find it. Y'all remember that? Yeah, okay, right, awesome. Okay, then we get down to Miss Dorothy, where is Miss Diana Porter? Ladies and gentlemen, this young lady came all the way from Mississippi. She brought her troopers with her, her dance troopers with her, and she spent 3 days with our children. The leaders of her group came and taught our kids how to do some awesome dancing. And so I just want to thank her for taking her time and effort and volunteerism to come and share with us the Mississippi experience, if you will. I wish we could return that, take our kids on a trip to Mississippi so we can show them what we're working with. You feel me? Okay, so anyway, we love you so much. We thank you for what you did. And ladies and gentlemen, the Oak Crest right here, the janitorial staff is so awesome. These guys have actually, you know, been there for us. I know that we had permission from Miss Boniface. She gave the signal for that, and here she is. She's still on the phone. We still got to get her sooner or later. But they are so awesome, ladies and gentlemen. And they were right there. They helped us with anything we need. But I'm just going to pause right there. We're working together as a community. And as a community, we're trying to introduce tennis. And we're working on that right now. We're going to need the support of every parent in here, every child in here, to support the program that Ms. Boniface is putting together for our tennis program. So again, Ms. Boniface, without you, we couldn't do what we do. We love you so much. And we show love. And I tell you, she's an awesome person. She's kind of in the cut, though. She's really funny, guys. I tell you, she come up and grab this mic, she'll have all of us laughing. But she's a serious person, and she has a sweet staff and everything like that. Finally, but least, I just want to say this. We have other presenters that are not here. For example, we have Mr. Rick O'Connor is not here. We have a motivational speaker, Miss Alex McMillan, which is Miss Dorothy McMillan's granddaughter, who came out and blessed these kids hard. She is only in the 12th grade, but she's taking college classes in Atlanta, and she's making straight A's. She's awesome. She spoke life into these kids like never before, and we're so thankful for that. Thank you for having an awesome granddaughter. You know, we want to thank Escambia County, who said that. Okay, we want to thank, okay. Oh yeah, the road division. Mr. Art from Escambia County is such an awesome man. He has helped us phenomenally when we needed to pull those road signs up or whatever to get the information out, because without information you can't do anything. He was always right there for us for many of years. Awesome young man. We want to thank him. Escambia Clinic. Ladies and gentlemen, parents, tell them. We had a dentist band to come 4 times, ladies and gentlemen. And hey, come on, give it up now. And our kids, they pull up right there in front of the center. And our kids were able to get their teeth cleaned, get their work done, dental work, all of that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for them. They did that, and we thank them for that. The Pensacola Museum came out and blessed our heart. Pensacola Energy, they came out and blessed our heart. The Marines came out, Captain from Escambia County, what was Captain Robin Turbin, is that his name? He is an awesome man. He brought all kinds of stuff out here to our kids. He's been with us from the beginning. Arts and Craft, Miss Spencer. Miss Spencer came out and did an art workshop. She's a retired art teacher. She did several workshops with our kids, and we thank her for that. We thank Escambia County Sheriff Department. Mr. Chip, he came out, and he worked with our children twice. He talked to our children. Then the unit came with the horses, the dogs, and all that great things, and showed our kids so much, and they've been with us from the beginning, and we thank them for that. The fire department came out and blessed our heart with the kids, so we were thankful for that as well. And then we have the lifeguards, the ambulance services. They came out and they blessed our heart with our kids. Then we had the University of West Florida nurses, who came like 30 strong. And they came out and they worked with our children, ladies and gentlemen. So it was so awesome. And then finally but not least, and then we had Sister Oretta Johnson, who came and blessed the hearts of all of these kids and spoke some life into these kids like it was never before. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this day was spent to show love. I know it takes a long time, but that's awesome to have that kind of support. You see, and for our kids, that's your love. A lot of people say, do you love our kids? As you can see, all these people have implied into these kids' life. And when I said to them, say what I said in the beginning, our major objective is to give our kids a different experience every day. Something they can take home, not only home, but they can take back to school when they go back to school and say to their friends, hey, guess what? Wow, this is what I did this summer. Well, let me tell you what I did this summer. It's going to take a minute. Sit down, boo-boo, let me tell you. And then you're going to have to tell them for a while how long and what you had to do, all that stuff you done. And look here, they're going to be like, oh, man, you had such a good time. I'm through. They might have went somewhere out of town. But anyway, I just want to say this in closing. What I got to say is we love our children. Love is what love does. And every day we try to tell our kids we love them. And the first time I ever broke down in front of my kids and they see me cry like a baby was the other day. Because I'm concerned about our children. Parents, we have got to continuously stand behind our teachers. Because our teachers, it's a struggle. It's a struggle for our teachers to learn our children. And so no matter what happens, let's side with our teachers first until the kids can prove themselves. These teachers love these kids, and they wouldn't do nothing to hurt our kids. I promise you. But we got to stand behind our kids, because at the end of the day, our teachers are the ones that need our support the most right now, because we got this many teachers now, and we got all these kids. And so I'm saying to you, please do me a favor. Let's stand behind our teachers totally, and in our school system, and so that our kids can learn, if you will, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to tell y'all, don't spare the rod. I mean, do what you got to do. But anyway, I want to thank y'all, and I know I had to do this. Y'all didn't catch that, did you? Some of y'all old folk reggae, y'all, we know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. But anyway, we love our kids. Now, our Commissioner Luma would like to see the dance, and then we're gonna eat, and then we'll be kind of at the end of the presentation when it comes to all of our giveaways for our children. It'll be your time. It'll be Hammer time. We used to call it back in the days. So at this time, we're gonna ask our dance troupe.
Leroy, while the dance troupe is getting, Leroy, stay here. Stay here, Leroy. Why you get there? Y'all people, I want you to be real quiet. Anybody can have a job, and we're fortunate, Commissioner Roberts and Commissioner Berry, that we can allocate funds. But I'm gonna tell you, I got a phone call one day, young people, and I want to tell you how committed Leroy is. I got a phone call in a meeting that said Leroy Williams' house is on fire. And I said, unbelievable. I immediately walked out the meeting and called Mr. Leroy Payne. And I said, Leroy, what happened? He said, my house is on fire. We've lost everything. I said, what are you getting ready to do, Leroy? He said, I'm going back to the center. I said, no, Leroy, I'll talk to your supervisor. You don't have to go back. He said, there's nothing else I can do for my house, Commissioner, but I can keep helping these children. The day of the fire, he left and went back because he cared enough about children. That's enough said. Anybody can get a paycheck from the county. Anybody can go to work, young people. Find the job that you have passion for. Find your passion. Thank you, Leroy.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. We're going to have Mr. Bill, you got your music? Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, they've been working on it. Y'all ready, young people? They're going to work it out because it's a little tight up here. But thank you, Commissioner, for saying that. You know, I mean, my heart, my passion, 32 years of doing what I do is phenomenal. I do what I do because I love what I do. I love it. Mr. Studer, who is an awesome person to me as well. He's the second person I called after I talked to our commissioner, and I told him, he says, Leroy, I told you a long time ago, when your work becomes when your passion becomes your work, you'll never work a day in your life. And so I live by that, because I tell you, I love what I do, and I hope that I could get more people like that spirit. That's what I said about these staffers. All of these guys, we share the same passion, all the same passion. We would do anything for our children. You ready? All right.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is a small dance. They wanted to put something together for you guys. And it's to a song called Backseat Driver. And it's a message with that. Simply says, if you ride with the Lord, you can go anywhere you want to. Don't be no backseat driver, okay? Bear with me, because I'm using my phone with the microphone, so here we go.
How can I prove?
your seat. Thank y'all. Y'all can have your seat. Listen, thank y'all. Give it up for them one more time. As you can see, parents, young people, pay attention. If you want Mr. Leroy to get fired and not be here next summer, keep talking. That's what I thought. I thought Mr. Leroy had a lot of support. Parents, I think the thing that you can most entrust, the two most important things that you would trust your children is how do you trust their soul? I mean, who do you allow for them to be their minister or their religious leader? And the second thing is who do you trust them to be educated? In the last 5 years we've been over here, I think we have a great educational leader in Ms. Bonifay. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Bonifay, our educational partner. She's opening the doors, and she really understands that you just can't educate children 9 months out of a year or 6 hours out of a day. It takes a village, and we appreciate Ms. Bonifay for partnering with us.
All right, I want to thank everybody. Let me tell you what, they say we have a partnership in our community, but that doesn't define what we are, who we are. This is a family. And let me tell you what, I've said it once and I'll say it again, you won't find what we have here in any other community. We work for our kids, we put them first, and we work together. What we do here at Oakcrest couldn't happen without Mr. Leroy and everything that happens in that building right over there. Give it up, yeah. You see the support that we have here on the stage? That's every day of the year. They're just not showing up here today, just like you. They're in it for our kids. And I greatly appreciate the community support and everybody's support, the parental support, because it does take a village. And we are in this together. Oakcrest loves your kids. We can't wait till Monday. The teachers are down there getting ready now. And we're looking forward to a great year, so thank you.
Give it up again for Ms. Bonifay.
This young lady right here, Miss Kathy, CDAC has been a strong partner. Like Ms. Bonifay said, that we'll go beyond just being partners. I call it a marriage, because a marriage is something that we vow to stay together. But anyway, this young lady right here is Miss Kathy, who's been with CDAC. She's been working side by side. All of us work together, me, her, Miss Adata, and Miss Dorothy over there with CDAC. We work every day after school program. And Miss Kathy is retiring. This is the day that this is her retirement day. So she's retired, but she refused not to be here today. And so we're gonna miss Miss Kathy. She's done so much to embed in our kids' lives. She helps them with their homework and on and so forth, but she's just an awesome young lady. We're gonna miss her. She's a sweet lady. She really don't wanna go. I know, it's all good. But anyway, we got a little something for you and your husband, and we hope that you have a great retirement and you're going to Alaska. So we hope that you have a great time. We love you. We love you so much. Awesome.
Ms. Cameron, will you buzz the front office, please?
We're going to get ready to do the book bags before we start the food. But again, parents, as you've seen, our partners at GSI, all the great work that they've done, all the things that you've seen today, all of our community partners, there may not have been a charge for the services of this camp. But when you look at the quality of this camp, I put this camp up against any camp anywhere in Escambia County. We have the best children and we have the best camp. And so young people, here's the challenge. Here's the challenge. Here's the challenge. You don't owe anybody anything. You don't owe Commissioner Robinson or Commissioner Berry, Mr. Leroy. But you do owe it to your community one day when you're successful, when you're making money, or you get an elected position, or you get in a position of power that you can help somebody. See, somebody gonna keep talking, and you're gonna miss that opportunity to be able to help somebody later on. And then you're gonna wake up one day at the end of life and say, who did I help? Because I didn't pay attention. You don't owe anybody anything, but you owe it back to your community. You owe it back to go volunteer. You owe it back to the senior citizen that lives next door to you to help her rake the yard. You owe it to your parents to be respected. You owe it to your neighborhood to keep it clean. You owe it to yourself to keep your pants pulled up. You owe it to yourself to be the very best person that you can be. And that's when you give it back. You can't give Commissioner May and Commissioner Robinson, we old. We 50. By the time you get grown, we'll be in the grave. Commissioner Berry's young enough, he'll be around. There's nothing you can do. And the last thing I say to the parents, the reason we have this camp is because I had support of commissioners like Berry and commissioners like Robinson. When we brought this idea and said, how do you fund it? They thought that it was important enough, even though they don't represent these districts, even though they're not here today, they thought it important enough to allocate the funds to support us in this initiative. So I can't tell you who to vote for, young people. I tell you, register to vote, get involved, become active in your community. It really does make a difference. The reason this camp is available is simply because of politics. And it's through politics that's not a corrupt politics, it's a politics that believes in the greatest investment is the investment in human capital. And when we invest in our children, we get the best return. So I'm glad to be a part. Thank you, parents. We appreciate it. We're about to give out these gifts from GSI and RBI. Thank you. Young people, nobody else tell you anything else today. Just remember that I love you. No matter what. The teachers love you. Your mother loves you. Be the very best you can be. And so people say, don't be a statistic. I'm going to tell you, you are a statistic. Be a statistic. Be the first neurosurgeon. Be the first one out of your family to graduate college. Be a statistic. You ought to be the best statistic you can be. You can do it. Together we can do it, all right? Can somebody say, together we can do it? Together we can do it. I ain't hear y'all in the back. All right, where's Mr. Leroy? We're going to give out some gifts.